I've been recognizing these events that have been unfolding throughout the last 2 years. I would say within the last 2 years, um, this is when I started noticing similarities, right? Um, Hold on, is my mic on? Okay. So I started noticing similarities in not daily, but more like I don't know, like every like within within like a month, I would say within 6 months or 7 months. There's been certain people that been repeating um like events, like if they're trying to display deja vu or something like that. Um, so what happened? I kind of called it out twice already because I identified it like more along the lines of it happening kind of along within like 2 or 3 minutes. I recognized two times where these people are trying to have a similar day or like a kind of like a deja vu, basically, like I'm saying, right? So for example, the other day, I think it was when was it? It was like was it Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday. No, yeah, Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. Friday the 29th. Friday the 29th of 2026. I got on the bus around 6 p.m. Um, and I noticed two individuals, a guy and a girl, get on the bus two stops after I had gotten on the bus. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I remember these people getting on the bus before, the exact same stop, and they were wearing the exact same outfit. So I was just like, am I tripping? I'm like, nah, man. I was like, I remember this. So I don't remember the conversation that they were having, right? But I just remember them, and they sat in the same spot too on the bus, right? They sat in the front of the bus, the same spot. So then I got up, I started talking to the bus driver, like I was like, hey, I was like, you know what's weird? I go, like you ever like saw something and you were just like, oh, like I remember that, like that motherfucker that that mother plucker did that, like um done that like the same time, right? And so I gave him an example, like you went to work, um, and your buddy put like the same tools or whatever, right? The same equipment in the same spot, and he wore the same freaking the same clothing, and you're like, well, wait a minute, like didn't this happen before, right? And so when I said that, the person who was actually displaying the same behavior as they had done like a couple of months before I had called it out, right? They were saying like, "Oh, like God bless you," and he started acting weird, right? He started like trying to get in the conversation between the bus driver and I was just like, "Yeah, okay," like, and I was like trying to shine him on, but he kept on talking and talking and talking. So he knew that I knew that they were trying to repeat the same thing that they had done like 2 or 3 months um, prior to me calling them out, right? And then today, just today, um, what was it? It was like at 2:40, right? 2:40, around 2:40, I had caught the bus. Today's um, February 1st, um, 2026, right? And um, and so I could have sworn like it was like the first time, like the first one, because I remember I seen this lady. She was crossing the kids. She was crossing the street with her kids, and I remembered, but then I was just like, nah, I was just like, I don't like, I might be like overthinking, like I might be like not like it might not be true, right? But then I was just like, I kept on going and going and going, and to the point where the bus didn't show up again. They got on their bus before I did, and I was just like, oh yeah, I was like, they're trying to repeat the day. I got on the bus like at 2:45 p.m. and I sat in the back, like how I usually like, kind of like in the middle, towards the back, right, like in the middle back ish, and two individuals that I remember, right, I remember the guy, um, but I don't remember the African American guy, but now I kind of do. But anyway, so I'm sitting there and they're having a conversation about pizza. And I was just like, oh, I remember this conversation. I remember they were talking about pizza and like how what pizza was better and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh yeah, they're trying to repeat. They're trying to repeat. Um, they're trying to repeat. I guess that moment, that whatever it had happened. So I'm just like, dude, like what? Why? My question is like, why are they doing that? One, like, are they trying to test my memory, right? Two, are they trying to understand what deja vu is? Or three, um, they're like, yeah, basically those two, right? Trying to test my memory, and two, trying to create deja vu. But another question is like, dude, how good is their memory? Like, what are they? Like, are they robots? Are they just like, how can they repeat certain things after a certain amount of times, right? And say the exact same thing over and over and over again. It's not over and over again, but just like two times in a row, right? So like what's going on? That's the like the alarming part. Like like how good is their memory? If I think that I have a good memory and I can remember certain times when they do it, or like 5 to 10 minutes after the fact that they do it, I remember it. But it's like how are they able to remember? That's the alarming thing.